Hi everyone! It's a Wednesday and I managed to make it! I thought I'd have some fun today. I was looking for Minnie to paint and I'm total in like this nostalgia mode, so I grabbed one of the My Little Pony minis. So I'm going to be painting her today. This one is Fluttershy. But I did want to also show you the Bahir that was from the last stream. So hi everybody who is in the chat. It is so good to see the familiar names and seeing you go along in your chats together because OBS crashed on me, of course, as I'm getting things ready. So you're off having your nice little side conversations, which is wonderful. If you're having issues with the music, let me know and I will turn it down. Let me just fix the camera slightly. So this is the Bahir. He is all set, or she, I should say, because, you know, we named her and all that good stuff. She is all done. So as you can see, it was the final touches that I had to get on there with the claws and everything like that. I gotta hold this a little bit more steady. I'm fiddling around with the camera settings because the camera is way lofted. Like normally it's about here-ish and I have it higher for reasons. So for me, that's loud. Hold on. I'm telling you, TeknoAxe. I pulled together all this music that's sort of like 80s, 90-esque music because why not? But boy, is that cranking. So yes, the Bahir, this is a WizKids mini. It is coming out soon. And this is the Bahir. And lovely, lovely miniature. I'm actually not going to base it. I debated that, but I like how dynamic of a figure it is. What I don't want to do is put it onto a base and then it limits how you can position it on the table. So in this case, I'm going to leave it free-falling, so to speak. So it's just going to be freestanding, able to be on its own, and it's one of those things where I think it's going to be put to use better that way, as a monster on the table for an encounter. But really did enjoy painting her up. She was a fun one. Hold it still for a second. But I do have some fun things to share with you too. Hello, Nicholas. Hello, Kevin. And Viper, I don't know if I said hi to you yet. So hello, hello, hello to everyone. This is the mini I will be painting as soon as I share some other goodies with you. So this is Fluttershy. She is from the My Little Pony line from WizKids. Available only in the US and Canada, as I found out this morning. So unfortunately for my European followers, not available for you. But for those of you who grew up watching the old cartoons, My Little Pony was the one I would gravitate towards like crazy, and Fluttershy was one of my favorites, so I absolutely had to pick her up and get her going. So I'll be working on her today. However, I have some fun things for you. First, I'm going to show you another packet of pre-painted minis that WizKids sent along to me. And this is a set that's already available. It's $24.99. I have provided a link to my Amazon affiliate shop in the description below. But these are the Icons of the Realms Monster Pack Cave Defenders. I'm waiting for the... It may not. I have the autofocus going because of all the varying things that are happening today. But here you can see it's a really great selection in here. So let me flip to the back. You get this lovely little blurb as to what's going on here. Ready your weapons, battle is upon us. A pack of fierce monsters stands in your way. Are you prepared to face them for fortune and glory? But it's actually a really cool collection of minis. And you know how I am with pre-painted. I am a fan of them, especially for those of you who are looking to get started in painting miniatures. Pre-painted is a great way to go because it helps you learn some of the techniques, but you also sort of have a safety net with them being painted already. It's just a matter of enhancing what's there. So let me take these guys out of the packet. So, you know, typical blister packet, you have your fun little tag in the front, which whoop, slips right away. And first I'm going to take out the big guy because he is cool looking. I have also learned to drop this down, so I am not opening these up right in your ear. But here we have the Ogre. I'm an ogre. Of course I always go to Shrek with Ogre, but this is a really cool mini. This is a guy I would absolutely have fun with in terms of doing an extra wash on and maybe some more highlighting. But he has got some really good sculpting going on here. Let's see if I can get the camera to play nice. Hello, autofocus. There's a face there. That's the problem. It tries to work off faces. If I bring it down a little bit. But yeah, really good sculpture. The musculature, there we go. The musculature is fantastic. Definitely a good one. And then you get a couple other ones. You have this big fellow, and there's two medium dudes. So we have the Bugbear, who has that massive axe, and I love it. It is wonderful. So we have the Bugbear. Oh, there you go, Nathan. That's cool. Bugbear. And you have another Bugbear. This one has more armor on him. And then there are these 3 kobolds. So I'll take out 1. But, you know, little bitty. So I'll bring it up even closer. You gonna focus? Focus! That's the one thing with the, there we go. So a nice little kobold too. You get 3 of them. So one has the bow and arrows in the quiver. You have one that has a spear and one that has a sword. So it's a nice variety of things in this particular packet. This is available now. So I do have the link for that, like I said, in my description below. You can also go to your friendly local game store if you have one near you. I always encourage that too. So that is the Cave Defenders pack. And it is a good selection. I like it a lot. Let me just put it back together. Now, the next one I have, and I know people are excited for this one. And let me just grab something. I want to have something come out and play, but it doesn't want to come out and play. There you go. I'm getting my camera pulled up just a little bit more. I'm going to do this. I'm going to manually do this because I don't like how it's not playing completely nice. So yes, we're a little bit blurry right now. I'm going to adjust accordingly. So this next thing is not out yet. It is coming soon. This is starting to get shared around, and I'm sure many of you have seen this. This is the Icons of the Realm, Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus, Arkin the Cruel, and the Dark Order. So this is something that WizKids created with the help of Mr. Joe, as I like to call him, because this is his PC and his concept. So yay for that one. So here we go with this fantastic packet. Now I'm going to hold this up so you can actually see it next to me. This is a good size pack. See, it's bigger. It's one of the bigger ones. Hello, Akili, and hello, Shannon, and hello, Genghis Galahad. That's an interesting combination of names. So this is the pack itself. It is massive. You can see it's one of the deeper set ones too. And you end up with a good number of miniatures in this one. This one is going to retail for $39.99. Available for pre-order if you so choose. But yeah, look at that. Let me tell you, these minis I have been itching to get my hands on, but I didn't want to take them fully out of the blister packs until we had a chance to hang out together. So let me take out. It's like Christmas. It's totally okay, Shannon. I am just getting started. I'm also trying to take the blister packet off without deafening you. And hello, Johnny Cooper. Good to see you. Hello, Paolo. Nice to see you as well. And I'm almost... It's because it's such a big... No, I'm not going to finish that thought. Not finishing that thought. Oh, but look at this. I am actually going to be saving this and like trimming away just to have... Look at that artwork. How freaking gorgeous is that? I'm an artwork fiend. I love artwork like that. Okay, so same thing. Blister pack. Let's get that pulled out. Yoink. So they come in this blister packet together. Keeps them all nice and protected, like so. And let's see, who should we start with first? Want to start with the main event? Should we start with Arkin? Doodly-doo. Let's take him out. I say yes. Let's start with him. Thank you very much, Miguel, and nice to see you there, buddy. So here he is. And I am going to... Let me adjust it. I'm going to move the camera around focus-wise so that I can hold him up a little bit more closely and you can see him. Bear with me. No, that's not the direction we want. There we go. Okay, so you can see he's got that great axe. And look at this cape. I am such a fabric fiend. The cape is amazing with the folds and the holes in there. So it's got that raggedy-taggedy look. Again, this is something you can have fun with and play around with too, in terms of if you wanted to add a little bit more detail-wise. And he's holding the hand of Vecna. I mean, hello. There are a lot of dynamic things going on with this miniature, and I think it's fantastic, especially for a pre-painted. It looks spot on, quite frankly. I mean, maybe I'd go back and do a little dry brushing on the cape, just because with black it tends to naturally be a little bit more... I'm putting my hand up to block the light a little bit. Just with black, it tends to absorb a little bit more, and it needs a little bit more coaxing when you are painting with black. So that's something to keep in mind. So that's Arkhan. And you get the lovely information at the bottom, which Gives you all that. All right, so there we go with that one. And then let's see. Hello, D&D Grandma. How are you? And then we have, since I saw it, we'll take a look at the Manticore. So here we have Chango, his Manticore. Sorry. Plastic is loud, yo. It really does look great, D&D Grandma. I agree. Pre-painted minis are coming a long way, which is awesome to see. So here we have Chango. And I'm going to push you back a little bit. So this is Chango. I mean, look at the face. Really, it's great. Again, the sculpt has lovely texture to it. Look at these wings. You can feel that texture. That's how well it's been put into this miniature. But yeah, I mean, just fantastic details going on here. I'm trying to move it slowly so the camera doesn't go too wonky on us. So here we have Chango all set and ready. Again, if you wanted to do some extra work on him, it would just be more of a, probably this guy, I would do a wash and some dry brushing. Just to bring things out like the main texture a little bit more. Again, this is stuff where it's table ready in my opinion. If you're looking at the 3-foot rule, this is absolutely table ready. This is absolutely ready to go. If you're a crafter like me, though, you're of course going to find other things you want to do to it. It's just sort of the nature of the artist eye. He is definitely perturbed. Yes, I would say that. So yes, anyways. Let me take out the next one. Whew, these are like seriously in there nice and tightly, but that's good. All right, so here we have Torgar, Steelfished, the Minotaur. I'm just thinking of the sweet spot for him. So here we go. Has that chest tattoo, which is awesome. The Tiamat chest tattoo, you see that? That's just amazing. I mean, that's a detail that you haven't seen put onto pre-painted really in a long time, if ever, because I don't, that is just, I think, such a cool touch. Look at the swords. Those look epic. Definitely loving those. And yeah, again, it's a good size mini, and it's also got a little weight to it, which I like, because sometimes, at least in the past, the bigger minis, yes, they're bigger, but sometimes there's not enough weight to them, and they get a little top heavy on their own as a result. But this one is a solid weight all the way through, so I don't see the whole tipsy factor kicking in. But look at him. I mean, even the details in this are amazing. Seriously. This is a great sculpt. Great, fantastic sculpt. Love it. All right, moving along. Moving the blister pack. Oh, boy. And then we have... Hold on. This is the Berserker, Arkhan's Berserker. I love the face mask with the horns and everything. But again, check that out. You're getting all this great detail in the sculpt, which is just phenomenal. And they have the tattoos happening here and on through the back. And there's even, this is why, with the sale, with the price of it, to me, I think it's definitely worth it, because look, they've actually taken the time to demarcate these bits sticking out of the wrist area. I guess gauntlets we'll call it. But this is another really awesome detail thing going on here. Look at the sword. Even the sword has those textures going on, which is wonderful to see. All right, so that's the Berserker. I'm actually saving my favorite for last. There's one in here that I was looking at, I'm like, I like that one. So you'll see who it is, because it'll be the last one I'm going to show. Just because I can. Yeah, that does remind me of the Conan scene as well. Hold on, I have one of those fun little wires around this fellow. Okay, here's the second to last. We have the white Abishai. And he's another one. Look at this. They've taken the time in the wings to go through and highlight the bones underneath the wing's skin. Great musculature again. eyes are looking fantastic. These are wonderfully pre-painted minis. And again, there's more of that texture going on in the wings, which you can feel, so you know that's a nice deep sculpt in that respect. Really, and look at these talons at the end of the wings. Really nicely done. I am quite happy with these fellows. They're definitely table ready. This is the, let's see if I can get it to show. The white, now I always have fun with saying these words because half of these words are ones I haven't actually heard. The Abishai is how I'm going to pronounce that. The white Abishai. It's a 6 of 6, so you get 6 minis in this whole set. But like I'm showing you, the paint details are really spot on. I like them a lot. So, this is the last one, and then we're going to get over to Fluttershy. Oh, it doesn't want to come out of the packet. Come on, please. I might have to get a pair of scissors for this. See, my hair I knew was going to be doing this. Getting in my way. Hold on. Hold on. Almost there. Almost there. He's stubborn. Oh, I got him. Yay. All right. Now, this one was my favorite out of the batch. Okay. So this is a turtle. This is Krull. The turtle Krull. And I'm going to block the light on my end so you can see him better. Look at this turtle. He is freaking stacked, and I love it. But it's the shell I want you to see. Look at the detail in those. Seriously. Are you seeing that, right? That is amazing. I am loving that little touch. Right there is what made me go, me. So yes, this is a lovely little fellow. Again, if you want to do some more behind the scenes work on it before putting it on the table, I would definitely say a wash on his body, just because of the lighter gray, it's kind of getting slightly, and I'm being very picky in particular, it's getting slightly muted. But you could do a wash on his skin and a little bit of highlighting those extra details, and boom. Phenomenal, phenomenal miniature. So yes, that is the 2 pre-painted sets I wanted to share with you. The Arkin, the Cruel, and the Dark Order, and the Cave Defenders, both from the D&D Icons of the Realms line that you can find from WizKids. Again, I have links below in my description if you want to go and follow through. Arkin you have to do a pre-order on. He's not quite released yet. The Cave Defenders are available right now. Arkin is $39.99 and the Cave Defenders are $24.99. I think that's everything that you need in terms of that bit of information. I did also put a link for this cutie pie. Fluttershy has a link too through my Amazon affiliate, but she's one that I thought, let's just have some fun with her and get things going. And, I need to put this stuff out of the way now because I just stacked this all up on my paint kit. Hold on.
One moment, please.
There we go. So I'm actually going to leave all these minis out and they can watch and play along because they're cool. Let me get a plate for my paint. Realized that I didn't have in the ready yet because I needed the table space. But yes, we're going to get to work. Well, I'm going to get to work on her. And actually, let me play. Yeah, you get to see a little behind the scenes here. Let me play a little bit here with the adjusting the camera angle. And just making sure she's in better focus. Doo-doo-doo. And this is where I need to bring the brightness down. There we go. So you're getting a little bit more of her. So this is Fluttershy. She was honestly one of my favorites when I was a wee little girl. Yes, once upon a time, V was wee. And she's actually pretty straightforward in terms of colors. So she's pink and yellow, pink hair, yellow body. The cool thing is that they do provide, if you so choose, they do provide these great stickers. So if you want to, you can put these onto the eyes. And then they give her little cutie pie markings that she has on her touche. I think I might try and do those myself. But I did want to make sure that that is known, that those do come with it. These are honestly fantastic for those who want to start getting into miniature painting, as well as for those who want to get the wee ones into miniature painting. All right? Simply because this is something they're going to identify with quickly, and everything like that. But just want to spin around a little bit so you get an idea of her sculpt. But yeah, she's just so darn sweet. So I am going to be using my Vallejo Game Color line paints on her. And she is pre-painted, pre-primed, which means you can take out of the box and get going. Another thing which is great, especially with kiddos, because you know how kids are. Look, you have this new miniature, but first we need to prep it. That's going to be fun. Not sponsored. So I'm going to start first with her body. And I am going to have to do a little bit of mixing simply because the yellows I have are a wee bit more intense. So I'm going to go in with my Moon Yellow. So I'm going to use Moon Yellow, and I am going to mix it with not pure white because I don't want it to be pure white. I'm actually going to use Dead White. For such a cheerful mini, she's going to be getting some interesting colors on her. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to blend these two together to get the yellow that I need. It'll definitely be helpful to have the back portion of its blister pack so that you can blend the color to get it close to what her coloring's like. I did have fun looking at different embodiments of her online. Of course, I can't share the photos because they're all, protected. Pre-primed is definitely fantastic. It comes in quite handy for many different reasons. All right, so I have my white and I have my yellow. I think I'm probably going to have to go more heavy on the white, but it's easier to start off too dark than to try and bring it back down. Let's put it that way. I have mixed up a good amount simply because I need this for the entire body. And let me see here. It's getting there. Yeah, I think this will work. No, I think this will work. I don't know why I said in the question mark. This will work. This is the color I want here. Yeah, that's looking nice. I like that. I need to... I think what I need to do is I need to get a different light for up here to help with the glare down. Switch it a little bit. All right, so I'm going to get started on her body. I'm also going to have fun with her feet. Once the body's painted, what I'm going to do is I am going to do like a fun little lining of... I thought it'd be cute to put gold around the edge of her feet. Just to kind of make her, pop a little bit more. I don't know why I just shrugged the shoulders. But now it's time to get color on her. And this is the other nice thing with these minis, because they're bigger. You can go in with a larger brush. Now, true to form, yellow tends to be on its own as a color pretty darn streaky. And I'm noticing I might have to play with warmth here. See if I bring up the warmth, if that'll show the yellow better. And then, this is the joy of streaming when you're working with different products. There we go. Ha, okay. Success. That's what I want. All right, so the yellow is slightly streaky, which means I may need to go back in and do another coat. That's not uncommon. I think I've only ever worked with one yellow that you go in and there were no streak lines. And that was phenomenal. I'm also starting out with her body first because it's easier to cover up the yellow than it is to cover up the pink with the yellow. Does that make sense? That wouldn't work, Jake, because of the type of light that it is. And the space that I have is limiting, so I wouldn't be able to do that. There's a light I have my eye on. I just need to... There's a light I have my eye on. I just need to, work it into the purchase budget. We'll get it there. But we're where I need it to be. I just had to drop the gain a bit. So yep, just going through and giving her skin that yellow that she is, that adorable, cheerful yellow. But there's a story behind this mini. So I had a Fluttershy of my own for a brief moment and a half. And then I lost her when I was a child, and I was heartbroken. Like truly, truly heartbroken about it. So it was one of those things where whenever I'd go to my friend's house and she had Fluttershy, I would automatically call dibs on being able to play My Little Pony, but have Fluttershy. So yes, I had personal preference. So for me, when I'm opening up the box when WizKids sent this to me, I was just all sorts of happiness, giddy squee, because I had Fluttershy again. I also had another one whose name is completely out of my head right now. In my first car, which was named Froggy because it was a green Pontiac. In my first car, I had in the glove compartment this other My Little Pony, and I can't remember her name, sadly. But yeah, I was a My Little Pony fiend. I had so many of them. God. You know, I do things like braid their tails and their manes, and I give my mom so much credit for putting up with my obsession. Seriously, it was a lot. I'm just fixing there. But yeah, fun times, fun memories. So I thought, let's pull this cutie pie out of her pack and get her painted up. And you know, I may just keep her nearby for a little while and keep looking at her and enjoying it. Good stuff like that. Of course, the funny thing is, because I'm chatting, it's taking me a little bit longer to get paint on her. That's always the nature of when you stream and paint, though. But this does have other My Little Ponies in their line. In fact, the link that I put into my description for the Amazon affiliate, it does have listings for the other miniatures, which is why I purposely selected that particular listing so that everyone could see who else is in the mix. And this is just fun for nostalgia. It's also fun for the parents with kiddos who like My Little Pony to get them involved. All that goodness. Pardon me, my dear. Awkward angle. And I have found when painting larger minis that have their feet on the ground, because that's the other problem, I've been using old vitamin bottles and just filling them up with sand, and then the sticky tack trick. That's how I've been doing it. For those of you who are just getting started and trying to figure out a good way to have sort of a miniature stand, this is one of the old tricks you can do. And yes, they do have stands you can purchase or you can have printed out on a 3D printer. This is sort of my quick and dirty and cheap approach for a mini holder while painting. Or sometimes I just use my own hands. In that case, always make sure, if you're going to be physically holding a miniature while you're painting it, make sure you wash your hands with dish soap, especially like a degreasing dish soap, because that will make sure it strips the oils from your hands so it doesn't get onto the miniature itself, because any little bit of oil, and then if you touch it and you get paint on it, you do run the risk of the paint sort of flaking off later on because the oil has created this, you know, separation. So just a little thing to keep in mind. Let me get this leg. But yeah, these are fun. And they also do have transformers. I let my one little dude paint Optimus Prime. It is now proudly displayed on his shelf in his room. And he did a pretty good job with it. And again, they also come with stickers. So you are able to place the Transformer logo and everything like that onto Optimus Prime and all the places that matter type of thing, which I thought was a really good idea, because that definitely takes it from looking like just a robot to Optimus Prime when you do that. Just getting her little foot down there. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have fun and do either gold or I don't know. Now that I'm looking at her, I might do, because I do have a pink metallic. That could be fun. Do a pink metallic on their hooves. Just a little touch. Now I'm at that tricky part where it's odd angles, but you can see there's a little bit of paint getting onto me, and that's why I said it's easier. Start with the yellow and get the body set, and then go back and do the mane and the tail event. Just because of those bits of eepiness of reaching. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Let's see. Sparkle in her hair? I mean, I don't see why not. I could have fun and add some sparkle. Yeah, I like that idea. That would be cool. I'm getting the back portion of her wings now. Just working a little bit more around that tail. It is going to be a 2-coat mini, just because of this yellow. It's got a slight streak to it, so I want it to be more true and full in its color. But I'm not surprised. Let's put it that way. Yeah, could do the glitter in the main area. That would be fun. That really would be a fun thing to do. Let me get her ear. But the cute thing was, as my kiddo was painting, he had the reference sheet right there, looking at how Optimus should be painted up, and he took it. I honestly have to say this was probably the first time he took miniature painting seriously, because I've given him other things. It's like, here, you can paint this toy that we got from like a big packet from Amazon or things like that, and he's painted those. But this one, he legitimately sat there. He was using his different size brushes. He was taking notice to where the colors went. He sat down and he painted his first mini, is really how it came off. Which was really fun to see for me, both as parent and painter. And by the time he was done, he's, he even wanted to make sure that I sealed it for him. That's how I knew he wanted this to be a miniature for the long term, as opposed to like the other ones he's had. He's basically, he's painted them and then he's just put them to use, and he's even gone and he's like flaked the paint off on purpose. But this one, nope, it's his Optimus Prime, and he takes it very seriously that's what he painted. I am going to go a little bit in on the eyes here, just because I want to make sure the yellow gets to where it needs to be. It'll be easy enough with the white to sort of get that covered. Sometimes you have to decide what color you want to get on first so that you can hide it afterwards. Let's see here. It's Optimus Prime. You're right, Nathan. It is Optimus Prime. It must be taken seriously. It's no joke when you paint Optimus Prime. I don't know. The second I hear the voice of Optimus Prime and the like that, just I get sent right back to watching that show like the little lunatic I was and getting so into it. I had a couple versions of Optimus Prime, like, the actual toys, not the mini. And that was always fun to figure out how to shift him from Optimus Prime to the truck form. I had one that was super easy and one that was like, oh my gosh. I think once I was allowed to do it, that was it. It's like he just stays as Optimus Prime. Pimp my Prime. Oh, that's funny. Oh, I'm going to have fun and give her eyelashes some color too. She's got these cute flirty lashes going on, so we're going to address that as well. That's the other thing, is if you find the pill bottles that have a slight rotation to them, that helps. Saturday morning cartoons, exactly. That's exactly where my brain is right now. Saturday morning, in the family room, massive bowl of cereal, which was probably either Trix or Lucky Charms, because, 80s child, and just sitting there watching my tunes. I mean, it was everything. It was Voltron, Transformers, G.I. Joe, My Little Pony, She-Ra, He-Man, of course. Who else did I watch avidly? I know I'm forgetting someone. But yeah, I loved my Saturday morning cartoons. Like, whoa, my cartoons are on. Almost done with the yellow, and I'm going to let that dry. And I'm going to go through and do another layer of it. But I want to be sure it is dry, because if I go back in while it's still wet, it will pull the paint off. Right now she kind of looks like a creepy zombie. That's slightly disturbing. Oh, see, that's cool. Thank you, Shannon. Peter Cullen did the whole voice acting for Optimus Prime, also did the voice for Avenger on Dungeons & Dragons, the animated series. That's really cool to know. I need... My paper towel roll gets low. I have to actually stand up. Oh my gosh, thank you. Yes, the Dungeons & Dragons cartoon. I watched that as a kid. I didn't know, because Catholic, back then, I didn't know that it was actually based off of a game. I was not told that. And you're like 6 years old and you find that out. Or you don't find that out, rather. Thundercats, yes! Well, of course, Thundercats. How could I forget Thundercats? My one... Jake, how could I forget Thundercats with our game? Oh, that's right. Friday, we're going to be playing over on Nerdarchy, our once-a-month RPG crate game. So Bramble of Thorns is coming out to play. And her, because I'm a druid, Circle of Wildfire, her wildfire spirit is a flaming tiger named Snarf. Not kidding. And we have another PC named Omen. She has a sword. Put two and two together on that one. But yeah, so it's a fun game. I have a blast playing that. Actually, I'm going to switch to a different brush so I can get in there better. Yoink. Ah, the days before Cartoon Network, right? And then YouTube comes around and you find all of your old favorites on the tube of you. That was a fun discovery. There's this little spot just hidden under her floof of Maine. Sounds like a product from Maine. Floof of Maine. I gotta turn her so I can get... There's like this little zone right through here. I'm trying to get to with the main... There we go. Did I get it all? I want to say yes. Yeah, I think so. All right, this is where I'm going to do a little turning around of her just to make sure I have all the basic spots going. It looks like it. Oh, nope. There's a spot I missed on the leg. So I'm going to go in with a smaller brush and get there. I think the other brush was just too wide to even reach it. Yep, there we go. That's better. There we go, Fluttershy. Oh, let's see here. Oh yes, definitely come and check it out, Genghis. It is a total... Bless Ted. Ted's our DM. And we make it interesting. It's honestly a great group of players. We work off of each other super well. We also tend to come up with ideas that there are times you just watch Ted's face and you're like, sorry, Ted. And my PC is an absolute pyromaniac. Like I said, Circle of Wildfire. If she has a reason to set something aflame, that is going to happen, like it or not. All right, so Fluttershy, the darling thing, is drying a little bit. Still need that yellow to go. I could put it in front of the space heater I have on. Alright, so while she's drying, I do need to get a pink pulled together, which again is going to be a mix. So I'm keeping with the dead white to lighten it up. I don't want to go pure white because then it gets almost too pastel. If you have that little hint of gray, it keeps it more towards the pink than pastel-y mode. So I am going to use, and this is a bottle I actually have to shake because I don't think I've used this much, if at all. No, I think I used it for the pig and cart like months back. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to do squid pink, but mix it a little bit. Just a touch. It's a few tones too bright, so I need to mute it down. You know what, Nathan? I definitely miss the old cartoons as well, and I have tried putting some on for my kiddos. The one that was kind of scary to watch and you almost wanted to call your parents and apologize for was actually He-Man and She-Ra. I didn't realize how, shallow, let's put it that way, how shallow in terms of storyline and voice acting those were. That was, that really was crazy. So the one that they did end up liking was, the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon. They liked that one. And then Transformers. They did like Transformers. That was those two they sat around for. The other 2 or 3, it was one of those things like you put it on and it was kind of like, yep, thanks. 5 minutes later they're off and running and I'm kind of sitting there, I'm like, but it's a classic. Why you go? It's classic. That was kind of funny to see play out that way. Not what I expected at all, but hey. Yeah, there's other cartoons out. I do like, the Futurama one. Something. Oh, it's on Netflix. It was the same makers as Futurama, and I am seeing the title, but it's not forming itself into words. Someone help me out here. That one I've watched, and I enjoyed that one thoroughly. Absolutely like that one. It's an absurd mess, says Puddin'. Oh, Smurfs! Yes, Smurfs. How can we forget them? All right, I'm going to go in for, let me test, actually, for second layer time. Are we good yet? Yep. Ooh. She didn't like that. Enchanted. Thank you. Yes. Yes. There we go. Smurfs. Yeah, I'm going to let that dry a little bit more because that's going to start pulling up if I'm not careful. All right, so the yellow needs to dry just a wee bit more. Enchanted is good. And Dragon Prince now, if you're on Netflix, that's another great one to catch. I thoroughly enjoyed that one. You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to start painting the mane and tail. Because where I got the yellow, I can work around it now. But that definitely needs to dry more. I don't want to botch that. No botching. No botching. That would be bad. We don't want to do that. We really don't want to do that. So I'm going to get things ready for... Yeah, quite honestly. Yeah, I just wanted a touch lighter. Or actually, no. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go straight up squid ink. This is how painting works. Or squid pink. I'm going to start out with squid pink. Then what I'm going to do when it comes time to do some highlighting stuff, I'll break the tone down or I'll put the white in then. So I'm going to go straight squid ink for this instead of lightening it like I was thinking. So I'm going to start with the tail and then work up to the main event. Haha. This is actually covering quite nicely. Alright, so I think it's safe to say that with squid, at least the squid ink, right? Squid pink, that's what I'm doing. With the squid pink that I have, that one, it's definitely going to be just a one coater based off of how my bottle is acting. I do find sometimes that different bottles, or like, you know, depending on when you've purchased the paint, you might have different results. So that's always something to keep in mind. I may have a color and you have the same color, but the consistencies might be slightly off. Remember, you always want the consistency to be sort of like a heavy cream to a whole milk if you're going straight painting on. Hello, Defu, how are you? I was taking a sip just as you jumped in. Rugrats was awesome. Rugrats was sort of past my Saturday morning cartoon time. That was more when I was doing babysitting that I fell in love with Rugrats. Babysat this adorable little boy. Oh, I'm gonna have to start getting some new tack. I think my tack is not tacky anymore. This adorable little boy, he and I would sit together after his parents had gone out for their, you know, dinner out together deal. He had this lovely tradition of putting the TV on, because they had like one of those crazy so many button systems. He knew how to do it. I'd stand there like, hello, Zach. I'd be sitting there like, how TV work? He got it figured out in like, 4 seconds. And I think he was 4 years old. So there you go. Knowledge per second of age. And he would put the TV on for us. He'd grab his blankie. He would make a point to get his little blanket, which was this adorable little patchwork quilt. I'm telling you, like, it's very vivid in my mind. It had a nautical theme. So it was like deep reds and oranges and gorgeous navy blues and creams of all this patchwork material. And he'd bring it over and plop his little cuteness down on the couch and beckon me over, and we would sit there and watch Rugrats. So for me, Rugrats, even though it was after I was a wee child and more older, I always look at it quite fondly, just because just because of that sweet little boy. He was truly one of my favorites to sit for. And I watched him until he was like about, I think about 9 or 10 is when they stopped having me come over, because at that point he was kind of old enough to, and remember, this is like way back when kids were actually allowed to be left alone at certain ages. At that point, he was okay for a couple hours by himself type of thing. I'd sort of be, heads up mode, if that makes sense. But yeah, that was always a fun little thing. SpongeBob is not allowed in my house. I'm not even kidding. SpongeBob he evokes a rage deep in my soul. I'm not kidding. I can't stand him. I know, I'm probably going to have people enraged at me. I can't SpongeBob it. I cannot get on board with the SpongeBob boy. I get the references, don't get me wrong. And the theme song, yes, I do know it. But boy howdy, that's not one I want. Nope. Even my kids, thankfully, don't like them. They tune them out as well. I know. It's SpongeBob. Everybody loves SpongeBob. Sorry, not me. Oh no! Defoe, I just saw your comment. Ouch! Please take care of yourself. And speedy recovery, okay? Oh, that does not sound good. I am so sorry to hear about that injury. That's miserable. It's never fun when you can't be mobile. That really is tough. My sympathies. My absolute sympathies for that scenario. Yeah, the squid pink is great at coverage. I'm not going to have to go back in at all with the squid pink. I will for the yellow portion, though. And like I said, that kind of seems to be a caveat of most yellows. For some bizarre reason, yellow just likes to be streaky. Regardless of brand, regardless of so on and so forth. Shadow Cat, oh my goodness. See, Johnny, you get me. Oh, and Nathan gets... Okay, so some of my people actually exist. I honestly, I don't meet many people how could you not like SpongeBob? Okay, yay, I'm not alone. This is why I love chatting with you all. I can share my goofiness with you, and you're like, oh yeah, totally get it. I am going to have to pop her off, I think, just to get to a couple of angles on this tail. So maybe it's a good thing that the sticky tack is not so sticky right now. All right, let me... Yeah. All right, because I have to get there. So to get there, I'm glad I didn't do the mane first. Kind of like letting her rest mane and ears against my hand. To get the underside. Carefully. Sneak in here. You know, this is one of those things where if the kiddo's doing it, they're not going to be as particular. But like I said, she's going to be one to keep me company. I'm going to put her on display for a little bit. Like I've done with my baby Yoda. Ah! Got hit by a car? Oh my god, that's terrifying. Not like... Were you in your own car? Got hit by a car or pedestrian mode? That's terrifying, Shadowcat. I am so sorry to hear that. Ouch. And yikes. All at once. Just going to turn her a little bit so I can see other angles of her. Because you can see there's this little swoosh that I need to get over here. Again, kind of holding her by the unpainted mane. And that way I can get to these wee little bits. There we go. That's actually quite a pretty pink. Squid pink, who knew? I'm telling you seriously because I barely use that pink. It's nice to see. It's a good color. Oh, I'm going to have to go between her legs and get this one little spot. I don't know if you can see that right there. So I do need to kind of angle in. I'm going out of frame. Sorry. I need to go out of frame. So sorry. There's just no good way to reach this. And reach. Oh, and I did get some pink on her leg. That's exactly what I didn't want to do. Alright. Let me quick remove that. Remember, if you get a little paint on your miniature, just go back and get some water on a clean brush. And you can go back in and just sort of swipe it off. Provided the paint you got it on is almost dry. Yeah, I got it. It's right here. There we go. Since I'm doing another coat, it's not as critical, but still. Not something you want floating around there. Alright, so that is... Is that most of the tail? It's almost most of the tail. Oh. Oh, Pokemon? Yeesh. I mean, my kiddos love them. Like, obsessively so. So... I don't hate them. I don't exactly go and try and find out every last thing about them. Does that make sense? I love how we're all checking in on Nathan right now. Right, let me get her back. No, that's not going to work. There you go. All right, there you go. Back on the stand. Ooh. I'm sorry. I just got distracted by the chat. I was reading what you guys were sharing.
I do that sometimes.
I go off to read. But yeah, that, Dragon Ball Z. I have watched, yes. It's not my cup of tea. Let's put it that way. Definitely not one that I would seek out and want to actively watch. But I get the references. I do get the references. Does that count? I'm like that meme. I got that reference. Nathan, did you answer? I'm actually looking to see if Nathan respond. But Jesus. Yeesh. Or not Nathan, I mean Shadowcat for the car factor. I'm looking at one screen name while trying to speak about another. Oh yeah, this pink is doing a nice job. So squid pink, definitely gonna work for, it's actually, as it's drying, yeah, I like this pink. This is a pink I will keep in mind for the future. Oh shoot, I had a rogue hair pop up on me. I have to fix that. One moment, please. Soap opera for teen boy. Oh, Puddin', you're not wrong. That's a very good way of describing that, yes. Alright. Had a little bit there on, I managed to get it, yay! You know, let me go for a different brush. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. You gonna play nice? You know what? I might use... Yeah, I'm going to use this one because it's got a nice tip to it, and I'm trying to get fine edge over here. So I've just moved down to a different brush. This is the Zero Round from Plaid. You know how I love my Plaid brushes. They're my buddies. Yeah, that's going to give me what I need. This one has a nice point to it, which is why I switched over, because now that we're getting close to the face, I want to try and be a wee bit more careful here. My goodness, but this is fun. Alright, so we're almost moving up to the hour. I think what we'll be able to do today is keep plugging along and get her base colors on. And I'll paint in the eyes, well not the eyes, but get the white of the eyes going as well. And then next week I will... So basically this is going to be like if your child was painting it. These are the steps for a kiddo to get it done. It'll probably be great and they'd be happy and thrilled. Yay, hooray, love it. I want to give it a little bit more oomph. So next week we'll do the oomphs. How's that sound? So I'm going to paint in the eyes. I'm going to address the eyelashes. I like the idea of glitter in her hair, honestly. So give her a coating in some glitter, because I actually have some fun paints I can use for that. Yeah, we'll do that. I love that the chat is off and running with their little conversations. That is wonderful to see. It really is. I always enjoy when, because the chat will start up before I actually start the stream. I want to say it's usually around 11:30 when things start getting active. Pardon me. So it's always fun to see everyone jumping in to start chatting with each other and just the hey and the highs, and as I'm getting things set up. It's always fun. Again, I'm getting up and against the skin here, so just taking my time, being a little bit careful. But let's see, what else? Oh, that's right, the little tattoo markings she has. Not tattoos. I guess they're not tattoos. They're like birthmarks. Because they're born with them. They don't... Oh, God. My brain just went to a My Little Pony at a tattoo parlor, and she's got like a sleeve. No, I'm not going to do that. Okay, for a brief second I thought about it. Yes, I did. I did think about it for like a heartbeat. I mean, think about it. It'd be like butterflies and rainbows and flowers and cotton candy and cute things. But no, I won't give her a tattoo sleeve. I'm going to keep her classic with a little bit of extra. How's that? All right, I'm going to turn her a little bit. But I am getting ready for ECCC. Yes, that's enough C's. I will be there. I'm looking forward to that. I did get... This is always the funny thing. I always think there's going to be a convention I go to and just get to chill and literally just hang out and not have to worry about too much. But I did get asked to do a panel. I'm excited for this panel, though. Really and truly, because it's about dungeon mistresses instead of master. So it's the experience of being a dungeon master as a woman, and it's 4 lovely ladies. We're all going to be sitting there and talking things over, and I'm very much looking forward to that one. It is going to be Sunday, I want to say at 1:15. I forget the room, though. I will make sure on the socials I replug it, because Lisa Penrose is moderating it, and she has a lovely bit of visual for that. So I will make sure I share that on my Twitter and Facebook pages for everyone to see. So if you are going to be going to ECCC, you'll have a chance to see me there. And then I kind of have plans just to wander and see what's up in different places here and there. I am not appearing or doing anything in particular at ECC Beyond the Panel. So, or ECCC, I should say, Beyond the Panel. Yes, I will be at Origins this year. That's the thing that's going to be happening now. My con appearances, but my con attendances, that's the word I want. Those are definitely picking up this year, which is cool. So I will let you know. Again, honestly, Twitter is probably the best place to keep track of where I'm going, because I'm able to put into my handle what the next convention is going to be. So if you went to my Twitter account, you'd see, Muse and then ECCC and more right now. But that is, that's in the works. Origins is in the works. Yay! Along with a few others. So I will announce those as things get closer. Because if I announce it now, it kind of gets lost, because we have C2E2, PAX East, ECCC all happening about the same time. So that's why I'm kind of like, I'll talk about that later once those have all kind of had their moment in the sun. And then share the other stuff. All right, I'm still going in with a smaller brush just because we are getting closer to the edges of things. And I don't want to... Now, you can't see that at all because of the mane. So I'm kind of sneaking underneath here and painting, in case you're wondering what I'm doing. But there's no good way to reach this for me and show you at the same time, because of that nice little flippity-doo she has, which, honestly, I'm not complaining. I think it's cute. But yeah, just getting in here. Tucking that paint in where I can. And not get it on the leg, theoretically. Swoosh. I know I'm getting quiet because I'm thinking. Well, hey, Jason, long time no see. And yay, Miguel, you could be there? Yes! Okay, that makes me happy. So you basically just got a glimpse of what I am like at conventions when I see people. One of my friends sent me the gif of Tigger who dive bombs Pooh Bear. I am very much like that when I see my buddies. I will be the one screeching and pouncing and hugging. But if you see me at any of these, and we have not encountered each other before, please, dear, please, I'm asking you. Aw, thank you, Shannon. Please make sure that you tell me who you are via your screen name. Okay? Because I recognize you by that. You can even tell me what your icon is, and that will help me. That really will help me kind of put 2 and 2 together. But yeah. Oh, I will have the second edition Crafting Muse dice also with me at ECCC. So if you want one of those, say hi to me and remind me, because people weren't reminding me at PAX, and I was such a kerfuffled mess because I was ping pong in places I had to be at. Just say, hey, do you have your dice on you? And I will say, yes, of course, here, have one. Okay. Just please make sure to remind me. That also brings me up to another point I wanted to mention today. I am closing my Patreon. So for those of you who have been patrons, I truly appreciate it. It has been wonderful to have your support. But it's come to the point where, as you know, I have taken on a part-time job. Between the job and just the demands of everyday life and everything going on, I don't have the time for Patreon. And there's also been a couple things popping up from the company itself that's become a concern for me. So I don't have confidence in Patreon either. Hence why I am closing it in like 2 days, literally in 2 days. You will still have means of supporting me. I have the direct patronage through PayPal set up on my website, thecraftingmuse.com. You will probably need to view it in website form on your phone, so you can see the little donate button that's on the left-hand side. You can use that as an option. I still have coffee, which that always cracks me up. Kofi, coffee, if you want to go that route as well. Again, it's sort of through PayPal, but a third party does it for you type of thing. And, you know, there's always the Amazon wish list of things that I need for the channel, or just, you know, things that would be nice to have. So I still have a couple different ways, because it was stressed by some people. They don't want to not have any means, which I'm extremely grateful for and appreciative of. Trust me. Oh, you're falling off your sticky tack, darling. All right, hold on. I'm going to pop her off just because it's going to be easier to get anyways. So those will still be around. It's just the Patreon account is going bye-bye. I personally had the issue of one of my credit card, or not one of my credit cards, but my credit card got frozen because of people I support on Patreon. For some reason, it got flagged, and I had to call the credit card company. I had to get that all situated and fixed. And then I'm seeing the same thing happening to other patrons, and that makes me a little squidgy. I don't know. It makes me uncomfortable. So between the time factor and that, it was just one of those things. I'm like, you know what? Now's a good time. It feels right. It feels like the path I need to go in the direction. So, yeah, sad to say, Nathan. So yeah, that's why I am backing out of Patreon. But like I said, there are other ways. If you want to message me personally, that type of thing, don't forget, I do have the email, thecraftingmuse.email@gmail.com. By all means, please reach me there. And as for commissions, that was another thing that came up. Commissions are still closed, and they will be indefinitely is the issue, because I have a couple of decent-sized commissions left that I need to do. One is still that amazing display piece, which it's actually heavy. That's been the interesting thing. I work on it a little bit at a time, but because of the weight of this thing, your hands get tired, which I had no idea was going to be the case with it, simply because I was sent a photo, not the weight of it. So that's still getting worked upon. Hold on, there's an angle I'm trying to get here and not get the leg. I got it, yes! Victory is mine. Of course, now that I have her off this, I'm seeing spots I missed before, so I might have to go back in and fix that. How's the tail doing? Oh, I can get that little part of the tail now that I was not able to before. Oh, you know what? I'm going to keep her off the base. I'm seeing I even got pink on the leg at some point. Brr. Oh, thank you, Cal. Honestly, I appreciate it. And everyone's been very understanding about it, too, which has been lovely to see. And it's also been funny to see everyone like, cancel. I get why they're doing it. It's just funny to see people be like, okay, well, I'm just going to close this one now. Which is honestly why I did give the heads up in the first place, so people could close the account if they chose. But yeah, so the one thing I do want to stress here, because that's been another thing that's been coming across my plate. People are worried that I'm not going to be doing anything in the tabletop community anymore. Nope, not the case. I will still be around. I will still be active. I will still be doing projects and things like that. Obviously, when I start full time, I will not be able to do this particular live stream. I'm going to try and do maybe twice a month an evening stream. So we'll see how that works out in terms of my schedule and everything. But again, there's more to come. Aaron, I can't really say more about this until a little bit later on when I finally shift to the full-time mode. Just out of respect to the company and my own schedule, because they're being extremely accommodating and understanding that I'm still honoring the obligations I had before as a separate entity, which is greatly appreciated, because I'll still be doing things like going to the castle and Gen Con and things like that. But yeah, so I'll announce it when I get the clearance to announce it. It's great. I'm enjoying it so far. It is fascinating to do. It's lovely. And I think you'll all be quite happy to hear what it is I'm doing when I can say what I'm doing. But yeah, so I'm not going anywhere per se. It's just the focus is shifting. I will still be on painting. I'm not even in screen. I will still be doing the live stream games that I'm a part of, which means Mini Terrain Domain. They still have me as Cantriel. That definitely needs to happen because that's a game that I crave like whoa every week. It is so much fun playing with everyone there and just the antics we get into together. I don't want to say goodbye to that. So I'll still be doing that. I will still be DMing for Cobalt Press on their Twitch channel. I will still be doing the once a month thing for Nerdarchy. I will still be doing the new podcast, Dark Fortunes, which we're now 3 episodes deep. If you want to catch more of us, go to wherever podcasts are available. Not sold. I always want to say sold. Oh, hey, Shadowcat. That's wonderful. Thank you. So, all of that will still be things that I'm doing. It's more the channel is going to become more of a twice a month stream, I'm thinking. But you'll still see me doing things. It's just I can't do the lunch break live stream because I'll probably be taking my own lunch break. Is what it's going to boil down to. Do. Again, just going carefully around her face area. Just to make sure. I am annoyed with myself. I got some pink on one of the legs, so I'll have to cover that back up. It's too late now to try and swipe it away. I might take some thinner and see if that helps to kind of brush off. Well, thank you very much, Genghis. Unseen University, Shadowcat? I'm not sure what that is. Or are we talking about something? No, you're having your separate conversation. Never mind. I have lucked out with the groups I get to work with. That is for sure. And there might be like a charity stream here or there I'll jump into if I can manage it. And that type of thing. But I definitely don't want to spread myself too thin because on top of all that stuff, it's family stuff too. I have kiddos who are growing and they're getting involved in extracurriculars and all that goodness. So yes, changes are coming, but it's actually really good change. Oh, thank you, Aaron. Yeah, I don't want the streams to go away completely. I really don't. I'm just probably going to need to adjust the time as to when it's available. And it's definitely going to be one of those situations where I'm only going to be able to do it for an hour when I do offer them. Simply because, again, time. And we'll just take it as it comes. And if I can do an extra one here or there, then I'll jump in and do an extra one here or there if I can. But the channel definitely has content on it, and it's content that can hopefully endure. So we'll see what happens with it. But I will still be, on the socials, chatting with everyone, doing some behind-the-scene projects, for sure. Something satisfying about painting this part of the main. I don't know why, but I'm like, ooh, sweep the color on, yay. But yeah, so that's sort of the latest update, I should say, in the status of the brand. Let's put it that way. The Crafting Muse, V-Muse thing. A wizarding school. Shh. I tell ya, Puddin'. You probably saw the owl with the note, didn't you? Oh, Logan, I just saw your comment. Thank you for that. Again, I don't want to go away completely. I'm hoping I can do some other things just at different times. Because I do enjoy my mini painting time. I really do. It's fun. Yeah, for some reason, this part of the main is like, like a teacher's assistant, but way more awesome. Well, I mean, I am a certified teacher, so there is that little tidbit. Yeah, I do like hour streams. They're a nice little break in the day or night, depending. just to kind of check in and all that goodness. Trying to get a good angle here for myself and for you. Yoop. Oh, there we go. Lovely. Lovely. It's also looking like I will be, this is tentative, I'll actually be in the UK end of May for UK GE, right? Yes. So that's a little heads up to some of you who I know are in the UK area. That should be fun. That just came up recently too. But again, it's tentative. I am waiting on a couple confirmations, but it's in the works. How about we put it that way? We'll phrase it that way. It's in the works. Oh, this is the tricky part. I need to go down to a smaller brush again. Right under here in the mane where the face meet. Puddin'. Secret safe with me.
Why, thank you. Your discretion is appreciated.
Trust me, like, part of me is like, I really want to stay, but I can't. I gotta keep quiet a little bit longer. It's gonna be here before you know it, though, people. I'm telling you. We're gonna blink and it's gonna be April. Alright. We're almost there with the basics. Yeah, this is sort of the fiddliest bit, I will say. This flipped part underneath. That's where...
Very, very carefully.
Gleam. Gun! Almost. Oh, there's this one little spot I want to reach, but I also don't want to nick her cheek. I'm getting fiddly at this point. I really am. That's a spot no one's going to ever see unless I do like a really close look. But... c'est moi. There we go. Did I get it? I did. Yay!
And there was celebration to be had.
Alright, so her mane and tail are both done. Squid pink, perfect. One coat, we're good. I'm hoping to do it mostly through March, and then the cutoff that last full week in March will be the last one. Heads up, everyone. And then I'll see what I can squeeze in evening-wise. Obviously, it just means that the minis I'll be painting will take longer to paint, unless I do some behind-the-scenes stuff in between. Which, if that's the case, I will let you know what I did between, obviously. Let me see here. Now, I do need to go back in and salvage a little bit of... Hold on. I need to salvage a little bit of a leg that got some pink on it. So let me go back to the yellow here. And I do want to go back in with the yellow, for sure. Looks like I might have to mix up some more of the color, though. Yeah, we'll see. That is my heater going on. I don't have a dragon in my basement. Or do I? Alright, so I got some pink here. Can you see that? Yeah, right through there. So I want to cover that back up. And hopefully now... the yellow is definitely more stable. Actually, I need to get a good portion of this leg because the blue tack mount is making it tricky to reach. So here we go back in. Alright, I'm going to let that dry and then I'll go back to that one. Oh, there's definitely, this is going to get more. Yeah, I'll still pop into Discord and everything like that and check in with everyone. If you really, it's the Vallejo Game Color Line Shadowcat. If you really want to, I'll speak pretty someday. If you really want to have interaction with me and find out what's going on, I drift towards Twitter, quite frankly. That's my stronger social media. It's the one I can like quick jump in, quick jump out, you know, in between breaths here and there, which is why I like Twitter because it's more in line with my lifestyle and my needs. I'll still be posting updates on Facebook, but I don't know about you. Facebook is like glitching out on me lately. I still can't get to the happy birthday wishes that people posted on my own profile. Like, it won't load them, which is aggravating. So if, you know, people who know me and said happy birthday on my Facebook page and you're friends with me there, sorry, I can see it. Literally, I can't see it. So yeah, that's been fun. But Twitter first, probably Facebook second, Instagram third, YouTube as I do streams and stuff. You know, there's sort of an order of operations in terms of places I'm most available. Alright, I'm going in now and doing that second layer of yellow. Because the first was a little streaky. And I'm saying this as I'm not even in frame. Good one. Professional streamer, yo! Happy belated, thank you! Yeah, I have a space heater going, and that's the main heater for the house going. Because, you know, it's cold out today. I have to go out in it too. I am bitter about that. No, I'm kidding. I actually don't like going outside when it's cold, because if I get cold, it's one of those things. I am a shivering chihuahua for the rest of the day. Which, if you saw me at PAX Unplugged, some of you may have witnessed just that. Let me set her down for a second. I'm going to add a little bit more thinner to this one. Ah, da-da-da-da. You get sucked into Twitter there, Genghis? Yeah, I mean, like I said, everyone sort of has their own sweet spot for platforms. What works for them may not work for others, and that's, in my book, that's actually okay. Like TikTok, I literally can't do TikTok. People have been saying, oh, you should get a TikTok. Get over on TikTok. I watch TikTok videos and they start triggering migraines. I'm not kidding. Something about the rate of the frames or something, I don't know. It just, visually it hurts. Like it actually makes my body start to physically feel ill and not happy. So I will not be going on TikTok ever. Which is an odd little quirk, but yeah, TikTok is not my friend. Because, you know, I don't want to post something and give myself a migraine for the rest of the day. But I do know some other creators and content creators and influencers who are over there, and they're doing super well. And you know what? More power to them. That's amazing. It really is. Oh, yeah. The barometric factor too comes into play. So this is basically just going back in and giving her another coat of yellow on the body. So it's a little more universal and not so streaky. But let me see. What else? I think that's the nuts and bolts of everything I wanted to update you on. Like right now I'm mentally going through my calendar trying to think if there was anything else. You know, I'm gonna... Alright, we're gonna do this in two parts. I'm gonna use a smaller brush to get around the edges, and then jump to a bigger one to fill in the wider spots, I think. Might be the way I'm gonna have to do this. Right now, be very, very careful. No TikToks. I do go on Instagram every so often, Mallory. I will be over there every, you know, once in a while. I'll post an album. I have to do that today, actually. I have, I already put it up on Twitter. It's the Jarlaxle kit bash that I did. That was not fun. I rarely will ever do this, but I'm going to flat out say I would not recommend buying Gale Force 9 minis. It's the third one I have worked on, and I noticed the first two were a little temperamental in terms of integrity of plastic. What happened is this miniature, literally I went to prime it, and just the sweep of my brush broke something. And it's not like I was stabbing it. It was literally a light touch, and it just snapped. And then the whole body started breaking and cracking in different areas. So I think something had gone wrong, possibly, with its casting or something like that, but I will not be working with that miniatures. I don't want to paint those miniatures ever again. I was not happy with that, but managed to save the head. So I was able to share the head, and then taking other aspects from other miniature companies, I was able to create a new Jarlaxle, new body, new base, everything like that, so that my client got the Jarlaxle he was hoping for. Luckily, that worked out. But yeah, I was floored at just how finicky the plastic was for that particular miniature. I've never experienced that ever before, except for with that particular brand. So that's going to be one I'm just kind of like, if someone asks me to do a commission on that, I'm going to say I'm sorry, but let me direct you to a different painter because I don't feel comfortable working with those casts. which is a shame because they are neat looking. But the stress and the headache of trying to save a miniature that, quite frankly, just couldn't have been saved. But he came out looking pretty darn cool. So I'm happy about that. Client's happy, which is, again, all said and done, the most important part is that the client is happy with the miniature they're going to be receiving. So, yay. Silver lining, it's fixed. I was able to put together a different option for him. So that was a relief. But yeah, it was weird. Like I said, never had that happen to me before. Hopefully never will again. But he is posted on Twitter right now, and I do need to get that over on Instagram for people to see the final results. Getting quiet because I'm getting close to places I want to be careful in. Like under here. So, there's that little bit. To be honest, I forget which one it was. It was more the brand that stayed in my head because of other miniatures I had worked on from them before. And again, I don't like to be negative about things if I can help it, but that's something where it became cause for concern. So yeah. But the other minis I work with, I love a lot. Yes, I do. Yeah, she might need a third coat because of this yellow. I shall see how she dries. Or what I might do is a glaze. Instead of like a full throttle coat, I might do a glaze for her. Just to kind of help it get a little bit more smoothed out and universal. Plus, I'm also thinking of, I had this as a little plastic toy, so my mind wants to get to that level of color. Yeah, I am going to do a third coat on this because it's still a little splotchy. You can kind of get a hint of it there. That's okay, though. It happens. I'll get the second coat on, and we'll move on from there. All right, so I got that. Need to get through here. Working around the edges, basically. There we go. All the places I don't want to hit. Getting this back leg now, because that one was persnickety. Well, all said and done, when I come back with her next week, I'll definitely make sure it's at the level I want it to be. There is a mini in the works that I'm excited to share with you guys and gals and all of the above, which I need to contact the person and see if that's still happening, but when it's ready, I can't wait to share it with you. I got a preview picture the other day and I was giddy with happiness. Shannon. The quintessential pain in the you-know-what. Well, I mean, that's kind of on brand for him, though, right? He's supposed to be a little bit of a nudge. It's fine. Like I said, it was more I wanted to be sure that my client got what they were hoping for because they were very excited about having a Jarlaxle miniature. And I wanted to be sure they got that. Hence the shift over to a kit bash and try my best. Did I get this ear yet? I don't know. I think I did. Or did I do that ear? Uh-oh, this is what I get for chatting. And what's interesting is everyone has their miniature company. You know what I mean? Like this is the mini they will absolutely, or the miniature company they will absolutely fully support all the time, 100%. So don't feel like, my word is gospel. God, no. I just like to share it as a heads up in case people were thinking about it. 'Tis all. Another angle that's kind of funky. Funky angle. Okay, there we go. We're starting to get somewhere. Let me get through here now. Yeah, I think one more thin coat is going to be what does the trick for her. Again, I find this just seems to be the trend with yellows. Hello, Mixonovitsky. Nice to see you. But that's okay. We have ways of making them work. It just means she needs more dry time, and then I'll go in and I'll do a glaze on it, and I think we'll be better off for it. Let me get back here. I know I didn't get the back of the wings on either side. Oh, but this is fun. I'm thoroughly enjoying painting her up. She's such a cutie. Oh, she's such a cutie pie. Did I get here? I don't think so. Ooh, but I did get some. Shoot. No! I don't want yellow in her mane. Alright, that'll be good, and then I can touch that spot up. Yeah, well, I was kind of like 80s nostalgia, so I tried to get like those 80-esque sounding songs from TeknoAxe because I'm cleared to use them on my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Alright, so this I'm going to leave her be with the yellows, let it dry some more before I put on one last thin coat, I'm thinking. So I'm going to go in and I am going to brave her eyes and get some of the dead white on her eyes as well. And then where are we sitting? And then, yeah, we'll call it a wrap for that. And then I will go and finish her up next week will be the game plan for her. So, happens sometimes. You think a paint color is going to be a one-coater. Not exactly, and that's all right. It happens. So I'm going to use dead white for her eyes, which sounds so wrong, but I find I like it better for doing eye work instead of straight up white. Just, personal preference. But just so you know, I'm absolutely going to paint in her cutie marks. And thank you, that's the word that they're called. I forgot. I'll be painting in her cutie marks, but for those of you coming in later, WizKids does provide eyes and the cutie marks if you want to just be able to paint and then stick these on. So there are those. Oh, so you get your little mold lines going, or molds going for those. All right, so I'm going to go in and dead white, not to be confused with Betty White. There's actually, what was it on? I want to say it was on Amazon Prime Video. A really cool documentary on Betty White that I thoroughly enjoyed watching. So if you have access to that, I would recommend giving that a look-see for sure. All right, so I'm being very careful and just meeting up against the edge here. And getting that white in there. And then I will go in and do the iris and pupil work next week is the game plan. Aye, aye, aye. That's one eye. Alright, so there's one eye with white. Which looks creepy as anything right now. Without the pupil and everything going on. Oh, leg warm. They actually did have leg warmers. I do vividly remember that. They had leg warmers you could put on your My Little Pony toys. They were like yay big and quick and easy to lose. Not speaking from experience at all. All right, and I'm gonna get into this eye. Which, this is fun. Hold on, I need to fix the angle so I can actually see. Let's see if you can see what I'm doing if I do that. Ooh, that's a tricky little wicket. Hold on, there we go. Yeah, that one eye is going to be interesting to do because of the mane making itself known. I'm telling you, though, I can relate to this flipping the hair thing going on. Transfers, I believe. I'll double check that. I don't want to open it quite yet in case I change my mind and decide to use the eyes. But give me a second and I will look at them. Okay, so that's both eyes whited out. So we are going to set her down right there while I just quickly look it over. It's both. It's stickers and the water slide decals. So it's actually both of them. It's sticker and that. So I definitely recommend that you have something for adhering things to it as well as backup just in case. Because I have in past experience had some where didn't quite do what it was supposed to do. It happens. But here we have Fluttershy with her basics going on. Now, if you had your little one painting this would be totally fine for them to get going. I, however, am being my picky miniature painting self, so I want to kind of amp her up a little bit. So here's going to be the plan for next week. I'm going to get the eyes done in terms of the iris and the pupil, because there's actually some iris work I want to try and do kind of to steer into the chibi mode. I'm going to, off camera, let this yellow dry a little bit more. I think the 2 layers, I'm getting to the point where it's getting tacky. Not in terms of look, but in terms of texture. I'm going to let this dry for at least 24 hours. I'm going to do one last thin coat of yellow just to get it more consistent. I mean, you really can't see the splotchiness a little bit there. It's still in that splotchy land that I don't want it to be in. I will accentuate the eyelashes for sure because those are adorable and I want those brought out. And then we will do the cutie pie on the tushies. So we'll get that hopefully all done, and then we'll call her, oh wait, the mane, that's right, and then we'll also put some glitter in the mane. And I'll probably do a little bit of highlighting just in the higher portions to get the demarcations between the hair. Nothing too crazy. I don't want to go too crazy with it, but just a couple of little extra touches here and there is the plan for next week. So that being said, please feel free to join me next week where I do the little finer details on her. She's just so cute. And then we'll have some more time to chat and discuss things. We'll see if there's anything else I can share with you too. I think I'm pretty good in terms of unboxing things. Yeah, I'm pretty caught up in that land. So that is it for today. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a lovely rest of your week. It's Wednesday. We're getting through Wednesday. Hooray. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. I'll see you on the flip side on the socials. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.